They've learned nothing from President Trump's overwhelming victory on November 5th. The American people want deportations. They want secure borders. That's why we've had the most successful 6 months of any administration. The president has delivered on his two core campaign promises: defeat inflation and secure the homeland in record time.
What we need to do is examine the entire Federal Reserve institution and whether they have been successful. Actually, I'm going to be in the building this evening. There is a regulatory conference that begins tomorrow. I'm the keynote speaker tonight talking about regulation, monetary policy, regulations, financial stability. Again, I think that we should think, has the organization succeeded in its mission? You know, if this were the FAA, and we were having this many mistakes, we would go back and look at why has this happened? I mean, look at, as you said at the top of this broadcast, there was fear-mongering over tariffs, and thus far, we have seen very little, if any, inflation. We've had great inflation numbers. You know, I think this idea of them not being able to break out of a certain mindset, you know, all these PhDs over there, I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do. This is like universal basic income for, you know, academic economists.
Of course, any regular order consideration of appropriation bills is going to require cooperation from Democrats. And this week, we'll get a glimpse of where Democrats are on this issue. It was deeply disappointing to hear the Democrat leader threaten to shut down the government if Republicans dared to pass legislation to trim just 0.1% of the federal budget. But I'm hopeful that that is not the position of the Democrat Party. Time will tell.
Yesterday, I was at a food bank in my district talking about the SNAP cuts, the horrible SNAP cuts and Medicaid cuts. And they told me that people are not even showing up to Head Start where they get their food. They're not showing up to the food banks because they're afraid. And it's not just undocumented immigrants. It is people of all legal statuses. It's undocumented immigrants who have been here for 20 years.
It's my expectation that if Republicans try to jam a highly partisan spending bill down the throats of the American people here in the House, we'll reject it. Rosa DeLauro will take the lead, has consistently expressed an interest in trying to arrive at a bipartisan spending agreement that meets the needs of the American people in terms of their health, their safety, and their economic well-being. But it's Republicans who have shown no willingness to do that, and you have Trump administration officials like the author of Project 2025 saying that we should walk away as Republicans from the appropriations process, which means they want to shut down the government.